Welcome to Vegan Ultra. I'm your inspiration guide, Adam Gallus, on this epic quest for health, hope, and happiness, in which I lose 150 pounds in 12 months on a whole food vegan diet while walking 3,000 miles to prove to myself, my family, and everyone watching on YouTube that we can all become the ultra versions of ourselves if we give it a chance and are powered by plants. This is the weekly weigh in, and it's a very special weigh in because it marks two important milestones. The first is my full 6 months as a vegan, and also an important milestone of 100 pounds lost. So 6 months, 100 pounds lost, truly science-based magic and nutrition-fueled sorcery. So let us zoom in here and take a look at the data. Now, I've added this feature here that tracks the average weekly loss in the last month because, as you can see, with everybody, weight loss will fluctuate from week to week. You can see some weeks I gain a lot of weight, 5 pounds in fact. Other weeks I lose 9 pounds. But this week it was 1.5, and in the last month it was 2.15. Now, this is very important because, as you can see here, I've basically done a simple extrapolation that if I lose 2.1 pounds every week, getting down to my 1-year anniversary going plant-based, which was actually 2 weeks vegetarian and then vegan, boom, 151 pounds. The goal is 150 in 12 months. So I remain on track, and we'll confirm that with the National Institutes of Health in just a few minutes. But first, let's remember that weight loss is vanity and health is sanity. So let's look at the rest, more important health metrics. 21.3% body fat. Remember, I started at 40% and 40% BMI. 9% visceral body fat. This is the fat inside and around your organs. That's the one that'll kill you. You want that single digits. I was 21% at the start, now down to 9%. So now at optimal levels. Now, in terms of muscle mass, bone mass, this of course will naturally decrease as you lose weight over time. The question is, how do you minimize that? That is with the weight training. Remember the science-based magic of weight training, which can significantly increase your lifespan and, of course, minimize muscle mass decreases and bone losses. Basically, this is very important for strong bones, especially for vegans who tend to be the lowest weight people in the population. So we can see that in this week, I lost 1.5 pounds. Half a pound of that, or 33%, was lean body tissue. The rest, pure fat. Now you can see here that so far, the fat that I've lost, 80 pounds, or 80% of the weight I've lost, has been fat. Now, this is, of course, natural that initially you start out by losing a lot of fat. Then, of course, there's less fat to lose. So this percentage is now going to be approaching closer to 66%. But still, very, very good. And you can see the metabolic age as measured by my scale. Not sure how accurate this is, but it's moving in the right direction. So directionally speaking, yes, that makes sense. As you lose weight, especially going whole food plant-based, your telomeres actually get longer. Basal metabolic rate, this is so important. Remember, the people on The Biggest Loser lost a whole lot of weight very quickly, and they gained it all back because they messed up their metabolism. Well, my metabolism started out here 2250. Basal metabolic rate, this means if I just lay in bed all day and did no exercise, I'd burn basically 2250 calories starting out. Now I'm at 2127, essentially 125 calorie lower metabolism, despite losing 100 pounds, 30% of my body weight. Looking at the blood sugar, that coming in at 97, so still normal, though higher than last week's record low, 80. And remember, when I started, I was at 144. Systolic blood pressure slightly above 100, so overall blood pressure increasing over last week. I think the reason for this might be that this last week I have not been sleeping very well. That's because I've got this weird stuff going on at work that is kind of like the month from hell, just grinding away on the data. That's definitely disrupting my sleep habits. Now, the good news is, starting in February, I'll be able to get a full 8 hours of sleep, as well as have some extra time for exercise. And it's going to basically be as close to utopia as I have ever experienced since starting this career 10 years ago. So absolutely, so not too worried about that. And they're still within healthy ranges. Remember, overall blood pressure 100 or less, healthy. So let's see here. I forgot to add this. Let me just check here on Fitbit. Still 60 resting heart rate. So actually, no, it's down at 59. So that's excellent, moving in the right direction. Okay, so let's take a look at the best example. National Institute of Health Body Weight Planner. So from where I am today, 37-year-old, 6'3", this 1.4 is the basically complete sedentary, and then you add in how many minutes of exercise per day you're averaging. Right now I'm at 218, and every week I increase that by 2 minutes per day by just doing one extra lap, which is 0.6 miles. So in order to get to 168 pounds by my 1 year anniversary, which is 168 days, I would need to eat 2,675 calories. I will show you tomorrow in the weekly food log and training update that this is pretty much exactly where I am, and I am having so much fun eating these incredible foods, my favorite foods. It's easy. I'm mastering how to make it super convenient, but you can see that basically I am on track, just like the extrapolation showed. Here's basically the glide path down to my goal weight. So basically I'm on track for just under 10% body fat currently. That extra 3% is courtesy of the weight training. And of course, I will also provide an update to how that is going in tomorrow's training update and what I'm eating this week. So on track to hit a very healthy goal weight, 150 pounds. And remember that this is not just about losing 150 pounds in a year. Lots of people can do that if they starve themselves and spend 6 hours a day at the gym. We're talking about eating over 2,500 calories a day, more than the government recommends an average man eats, and still doing it the healthy way through Blue Zone vegan lifestyles, science backed up by no less than 3 doctors and a personal trainer. I am so glad that you've joined me for this experiment. And now it's time for the weekly body shot to add to the montage at the end of this video. Every week, I recreate the same exact pose so that you can see my transformation from a morbidly obese guy into the Captain America version of myself. So there you have it, 100 pounds in 6 months on a whole food vegan diet while eating an average of just over 2,500 calories and nearly 9 pounds of food per day. No hunger, absolutely amazing, science-based magic and nutrition-fueled sorcery. I have cured my high cholesterol, my high heart rate, my diabetes, morbid obesity. For the first time ever, all my blood labs are completely normal, and I feel better than I did even in my Army days at 187 pounds, and I still have 50 pounds to lose. So thank you for joining me for these last incredible 11 weeks, and I hope you continue to join me as I become Captain America version of myself, and hopefully inspire everybody to give this lifestyle a chance, because this truly is the best way to live if you want health, hope, and happiness, and it can help almost anybody create their own personal utopia if you give it a chance and are powered by plants.